Good day. How is your self-confidence? Is it up? Is it down? Is it neutral? Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to build up your self-confidence. Good day, this is Eugene, and welcome to Inspirational and Motivational Wednesday. I have a personal saying that I say to myself, because I believe that God is on the throne of my life, I have nothing to worry about. I like to start each day off by taking just 3 nice breaths in through my nose and just release it out. And I want you to come along with me today. Relax yourself, whether you're standing or sitting, and let's just take in some fresh oxygen through our nose. Release it out. Oh yes. Inhale in. Release it out. Inhale in. And release it out. How did that feel? You know what that reminds me of? When I get up in the morning and sometimes I just stretch out my body like that. And you probably stretch out your body too. But taking in those 3 fresh breaths, it's awesome. Well, I'd like to give a shout out today to everyone whose birthday is today. Happy birthday! Or if your birthday is this week, or if your birthday is this month, happy birthday. Have a super blessed birthday. Well, today's word is self-confidence. What is self-confidence? Self-confidence is a belief in you. It's the belief that you have the abilities and skills and talents to do your purpose. Self-confidence isn't something that you earn from somebody. Self-confidence can't be put into you by your parents, by your teachers, by your friends, by anyone. It is a gift from God. I believe we are all born with self-confidence in our DNA. But what we have to do, we have to build on that self-confidence. And how do we build on that self-confidence? By achieving little things one at a time. Case in point, I share with you in another episode of how a babe takes one step at a time. And that's building their self-confidence. I reflect back into my earlier years when I was in middle school. And I went to a private school which was across town. Now, in order to get there, I had to take 2 city public buses. No, not a school bus. No, 2 city public buses. And you know, my parents trusted that I would be able to catch the first bus by my house, get downtown, and transfer to the second bus and make it to school safely and back. It was if my parents were coaching me that they believed that I could do that. But even though my parents believed I could do that, it was me who ultimately did it. So I was building up self-confidence that I can get from point A to point B without any supervision. So my parents actually were doing a good thing by allowing me to travel that way. So think back in your early childhood, things that you did on your own. You had to take one step to the next step to the next step, and soon you were just doing it without effort. You built up the self-confidence in you. You believed you can attain wherever you needed to do. You knew that you would not fail. Now, as adults, we have to, at times, sit back and reflect on, over the years, how we have practiced self-confidence over and over and over. And guess what? The practice never stops. Here we are in 2022, and we made a declaration, a decision, a choice to reset our lives. We choose to reset our lives because we want to go into another direction. We want to conquer more. We want to do more, or we want to express ourselves more. But you know, we can have that desire, that dream, that purpose, but it's going to be self-confidence that is going to give us that boost to move on. You may not realize how much you are operating in self-confidence on a daily basis. Perhaps you've just forgot that the minute that you turned on a computer or you learned how to use your smartphone or whatever, it was still building your self-confidence. The new things that we learn to do, we are what? Building up our self-confidence. Now, let's date ourselves. Some of you who are in my age group, and I'm so proud and glad to be 65, think back the first time you went out on a date. That courage, that confidence to ask that person out on a date. That was self-confidence in you telling you, you are worthy. You are worth it. And so with that belief, you ask that person out. Whether they said yes or no doesn't really matter, but the fact that that inner confidence in you spoke up and you took that step and you asked. Now let's take those years of self-confidence and let us bring it forth to today. Let us continue to build on that self-confidence that we've been expressing throughout all our lives. Granted, there are people who would try to put roadblocks in your way. They would try to tell you that you don't have self-confidence. They don't necessarily use the words, you don't have self-confidence, but they say it in other words. Sometimes through their body language where they just roll their eyes or throw their heads up. Or they might say, what does she think she's going to do? You know, there are various ways that people will throw barriers or negativity to try to stop you. But you know, no human being can destroy that self-confidence in you. You may think when a person is just banging down on you till you have what people say no self-confidence left. But let me tell you, that inner self-confidence that's a gift from you, from God, it is still there. All you got to do is just self-talk to yourself and say, hold on. I am better than this. Hold on. I can do better than this. You got to do that self-talk right in the midst of all the harsh and cold criticism. I'm going to share with you. Many years ago, and most of you know my passion for dance. There was a time where I was told that I would never dance, that I wasn't a dancer. In fact, I was told that my passion for dance wasn't a gift from God, but it was a gift from the devil. Oh, hold on here. Yes. And you know, I became very frustrated. And I said to myself, well, God, I don't understand this. You gave me this passion and this gift. And here I have these folks, and I'm going to call it like it was, these church folks telling me that you made a mistake, that you put the wrong ability and gifts in me. But you know, I didn't give up, because what is in you will always resonate and will speak. And you know, after sitting down and talking to God about this struggle, a door opened. A door that I did not anticipate to open. Now I'm going to throw a word at you, and it's this: ask, seek, and knock, and the door will be open. So when I poured out my soul to God and complain about what I was up against, that was my form of asking. But then my seeking came that I went walking down the street one day. I was in Wall Street in New York City, and I looked up and I saw a sign saying, "Wanted dancers for the Lord." And I said, wow. So I sought that out. So that was my knocking, and the door was open. And this particular denomination actually gave me a scholarship to study dance. And I never will forget that. Because it was not if, but it was the heavens open up and God says, I have room for you at my table. I have room for you in this world. And so my self-confidence was just built up. And I went on and I pursued those things. I pursued that dance. And it was such a delight. So perhaps you are going through a struggle. A barrier has been placed before you. Or people are saying, you can't do this. You can't do that. But I share my story to inspire you to get up and do the asking, do the seeking, do the knocking, and the door will be open, and you will be that gift to the world. You'll be that purpose to the world, and your self-confidence will boost up even more. Had I not had that opportunity or seized that opportunity, I would not be standing here today to inspire and encourage you. Because that moment spurred me on. And here I am today. I know I'm getting emotional about it because I remember it so well. And I remember how it just changed my life. So a life change altering experience is awaiting for you. I pray today that you would ask, that you would seek, that you would knock. And that self-confidence in you will rise up and encourage you and inspire you to do such a thing. I also ask that you would take time to reflect over the years where you exercise self-confidence in the face of adversaries. And just remember where you have come from and how you have come to where you are today. Perhaps you are in a state where you may believe that you no longer have any self-confidence, but you do. It's just buried under all those lies that have been planted into your head over the years. I want you to shake it off. I have this thing I call shake it off. You got to shake it off. You got to shake off all that negativity that has been nesting in your head over the years. And you may ask how you do that. You begin by self-talking to yourself and remind yourself how valuable of a person you are and that you have something to offer in this world. Well, this has been my talk today on self-confidence. We were all born with self-confidence. Self-confidence never dies. It's always there, right inside. Rise up today in that inner self-confidence that is in you. It's calling out to you. It's reaching out to you. I'd like us to take a few seconds and just have a heart, a spirit of, or in our soul of gratitude and thankfulness. Let us take a few seconds and just be thankful for ourselves, our individual selves. Let us just be thankful. Forget about any mistakes we have made. Forget about any achievements we have made. But just let us be thankful for the human being that we are. It'll do you a great, great thing in your heart and your soul and your mind. I have a saying that I used to say when I was teaching my fitness classes in the health clubs and corporations. I used to say, you know why I exercise? I exercise because I'm in a love affair with myself. See, I believe when we exercise our mind, our soul, our spirit, our bodies, that is, we are engaging in a love affair with ourselves. Because no one else can do those things for us. May that add another boost to your self-confidence. Yes, because you are of great worth and great value. Go forth today, exciting, built up, bubbling over inside with self-confidence. Leave me a comment below and let me know how you're doing. Everyone have a self-confidence blessed day.